Okay, hey, this is Nikki D's Crafty YouTube. We're going to attempt today, I'm going to show how to do a basic layout in our Studio J digital scrapbooking program. Now I apologize, my setup that I normally use is not working today, so we're going to see if this works, and if not, then I guess I'll have to put this up after I redo it. So where we're going to start, I'm actually going to start from my actual Close to My Heart webpage, which the address is nikkid.ctmh.com. So once you're on my page, you'll see promotions, Close to My Heart TV, about Close to My Heart, what we do, products. So under products, you'll see Studio J online scrapbooking. If you click there, you're going to see that you need an account for Studio J. Now, if you already have an account for my website because you've shopped from my website, you should be able to use the same one. So you'll click Enter Now, and then it'll give you your log on. Now, I've already logged on to save us some time, so I'm going to come over here. But once you get into Studio J, this is what the page is going to look like. You also can just go to www.studioj.com as well if you'd like. I apologize, you can't see some of this, but so this is the opening page, and it welcomes you back with your name to make you feel special. All right, so up here you have your start page, my projects, my accounts, contact us because there is some supports, and then log out and help. Your account you can set up with your own details. Now, I have already some projects in here that I'm still working on, but for today we're going to go ahead and we'll create a new project. So you're going to come down here and click on Create a New Project. Okay, so what you would do would be create a new project. A box is going to come up and it's going to put and you're going to name your project. Now, I've already started a project because I uploaded the videos. I uploaded the pictures because my internet is very slow and I didn't want to have everybody wait for the pictures to upload. So pictures that are uploading are some pictures that I took from my iPhone when my husband and I went on a trip to New Orleans with his high school bands. So these aren't all the pictures from the trip, but they're the ones from my phone, not the camera. And for today's purposes, I thought we'd just go ahead and use this. So as you can see, the photos have already uploaded, so they're just kind of now reloading, I guess. But if I had more pictures to upload, I could just hit upload photos, and then typically it'll look like, like it does on your computer any other time that you're going to upload any pictures. But since I've already uploaded my pictures, I'm going to hit continue, which is going to be down here on the right side. And then it's going to think for a few minutes. I also will tell you that it is easier to do Studio J, I have found, in Google Chrome as opposed to Internet Explorer. Okay, sorry about that. I had a little pop-up that I didn't see. All right, so after you hit continue, this box is going to come up. So start with an Express collection or create your own custom layout. Today's purposes, we're going to do an Express collection. These are the easiest ones to use that we have. The Express collections are just that. They're collections of pictures, of layouts that you can use. Now, you don't have to use all the layouts in one collection. I have mixed and matched multiple ones before. There also are some interesting things about a lot of these that are good to use. But for instance, here's a travel collection. So if you click on this one, after it thinks a little bit, okay, so now you can see the yellow highlight around it. Oh, you don't need to know what the day and time is, do you? All right, and then we're going to continue. So these are the layouts that are on the travel collection. So you're going to go through and sort out the different ones, look through the different ones that you might like. If you don't like that one, if you don't like any of these, then you could always exit out here and pick a different one. There's girl, boys, there's getaways, sports, for school. There's one that covers an entire year of your a year in review. That's good to use. I actually used that one last year to do one layout a month with just some of the pictures from my iPad. So let's see. I'm going to go back into the travel. I'm going to pick one of these. And it's thinking it. Alrighty, so here we go. So a lot of the pictures that I uploaded were from, we went to to see an alligator and a couple of other things like that. So let's try this Gateway to Adventure one. Holding an alligator and going to an alligator swamp area was definitely something that was an adventure for us. We'd not done that before. So it's going to take a few minutes, and it's going to think, and it's going to pull the layout out for us. Okay, now it's pulling up all the details. It's loading all the embellishments, all the colors, etc. Now these boxes here with the X's, if you can't see that, it does say place image here. You have your title, and then a place to add some journaling, some other things. So what you're going to do is, I'm going to come over here where my pictures are, and I'm going to select some of the pictures from this particular trip, which I might not have enough of this one, but we'll just add some general New Orleans pictures in it as well. Okay, so that's a picture. I did that with a Snapchat. Now, what you see here, you see this arrow here. That means that my picture is not a high enough resolution to put in that big area. So it's not going to look good there. So what I need to do, let's pull a different picture up. Actually, you know what? I have a lot from the cemetery. But that's kind of weird to put there. Let's see. Oh yeah, we do have some pictures from the cruise we took. So let's see if this one will work. Usually my iPhone pictures work okay, but that picture was edited with one of those, there we go, one of those programs that you can add the two pictures, so we'll use that somewhere else. So let's just make this one about New Orleans in general. So let's see, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I need a couple of up and down pictures, so I'll just put our single pictures here. So all I'm doing right now is clicking on the picture on the left side in my image gallery. You're going to click and hold it down, and then use your mouse and scroll over to right over where you want to drop the picture, and then unclick it, and it will drop the picture into the photo well for you. Now while we were there also, they were actually filming a movie. We don't know what movie. We never saw any actors or anything like that, but that's what a couple of these pictures are from. And the kids had they had a workshop at Tulane University, so we also got to see that as well. So let's put a few more pictures in here. Take one of the cemetery. Let's see what that looks like. Sometimes the up and down ones don't look so good when you're cropping them, when it's cropped. But this actually is the main part of the picture that I wanted to show, because I took it because it shows that multiple members of the family are buried in the same crypts. They have a whole process they use for that that I found very interesting. So that was one reason why I chose that picture. All right, and then we have our last picture. that's not the picture I wanted. Sorry about that. Now, as you can see, these pictures over here are really small. So what you can do is if you hover over them, there is a little button, a little magnifying glass, and it will bring, if you hit that, it will bring up a box and it will show you what the picture is that's there in case you're not sure if you want to use it. That was the pool on the roof that some of the kids wanted to look at. Okay, so I'm going to move this one over here. There we go. Okay, so now all my pictures are there. Now, over here, we have text and photo areas. So let's say I wanted to add a second journaling place somewhere. I could just click and hold it, and then just drop it there, and it would drop it there for me. But I don't need one for this particular time. But if I wanted to add a photo, I could do that as well. I could stick something over here and then put an additional photo there if I wanted to. Anytime you don't want an area, you can just go ahead and hit the little delete button. Now the Express collection is made simply to make this very simple. So there are some things that you can do in the regular Studio J that you cannot do in this area. Oh, I don't want that journaling thing there. But that is going to be for a different time for me to show you. Now, you also have lots of embellishments you can pick from. If I wanted to put buttons on, I could pick buttons. We have medals, which are brads and the photo hangers, hinges, things like that. So you could put some brads on there. If I wanted, let's say I want to do this. And these are the coordinating colors with this particular kit that I have. So let's say I pick Barn Red. It'll move them all into Barn Red. And then I can bring it over here. As soon as you see that it's green, you can go ahead. That's the place you can drop it. And you can drop it there. I can make it bigger if I wanted to. Or smaller. Now, I'm not really going to leave that there, but I just want to show you that that was something that you could do. There also are ribbons. The ribbons they have the long ribbons, but then also if you scroll down, they also have knots and the ribbons for the photo hangers under the metal areas, things like that. That also are just as simple. You just bring it over here once you see it's green. Drop it where you want to drop it. If you want to change the color after it's on here, when you change the colors, as you can see up here, these are the recommended colors because these are the ones that match. And then, but underneath is our full palette. So if you want to use a different color, you're more than welcome to. So let's say we make that blue. And if I had other ribbons on the page, it would make it would give you that option was to turn all the ribbons that color. Alright, and then the last embellishment you have is stitching. A lot of people like stitching on their pages, but don't like to actually, I don't like to do the stitching, I'll fully admit that. But as you can see, this one already has some stitching down here. So I'm just going to leave that how it is. You also have the option, you can distress your pages in multiple different colors. So you can do edge distressing like you would on a normal page with either sponge, the direct by just when you take the stamp pad and just go over your paper, or the cross time, or by sanding or stubble. Now usually when you do these kind of things, since the paper is kind of light, it's usually easier, if you want to see it, to do it in a darker color. So see, they would show up there. If you wanted to do something like that, then you would just click and hold again and put it over the area that you would like it to happen, and then it's going to load the distressing information. Sometimes you can see it and sometimes you can't. Sometimes you have to mess with it a little bit. See, this time I don't really think you can see it, but if I wanted to do it a little bit more, it might come out a little bit more. Now, anytime you make a mistake and you don't want it, there is the undo button and a redo button, just the same. So I would end my journaling, which I will spare you all from having to watch me type. Now, to check the page, usually what I do is I zoom it. It's going to get really big, so get ready. Okay, so I zoom it as large as it'll go, and I go all the way up to the top. And this needs to go away. Go away. Okay, and then I just kind of scroll down and take my time so that I can see what the pictures really look like, in case I don't want to add them. And my embellishments, make sure that I do my spelling correctly, because I'm notorious for not doing my spelling correctly. And then I scroll over. Oh, I have somebody's head in my picture. Yeah, I might not be keeping that picture in there. And then I'll scroll back up. And so that's the first page, and then I'll scroll over again and scroll down. This also helps me to see if the pictures are centered correctly. When this little hand comes up, you can move the picture. See, this is and this, sometimes you can move them up and down, and sometimes it's side to side. There's my husband holding the little alligator. And there's me holding an alligator in the very hot summer New Orleans sun. Pigtails are not normally my hairstyle, but it was just too hot. Alright, so then after I check it, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to move it back to 100%. And then I'm going to hit save. So it's going to save it eventually. Sorry, the save button was up here. So save, and it'll save. I actually save it periodically throughout when I'm doing the other Studio J's, but because the Express are so quick, I mean, we've done this in, what, 10 minutes. Now, when you want to buy the project, it'll add it to your cart, but before you can purchase it, it will make you approve it. So as you can see, I have some in my cart, but I've not approved them because this little pink arrow is there. So if I wanted to approve them, then I would come here and I could look through all of them. And then once I'm positive it's the way that I want it to print, then I would hit approve. This particular one I haven't checked yet, and I need to go back and check. So that is how to do a layout in our Express collections. As you can see, it took us, what, maybe 5-6 minutes for me to drop those pictures in there. Granted, I didn't add my journaling, but that won't take too much time. But it's a really easy way to get caught up on your scrapbooking, or to do scrapbooking in a new way. If you're not into the whole cutting the paper type scrapbooking, but you still would like to have your pages have nice pages and have some type of scrapbooking, this is a great way to do this. A couple of things I use Studio J for, because I'm going to be honest, I was completely against digital scrapbooking. I was really upset when Close to My Heart went to this, and after I used it once, I was completely sold. I use it for a couple of things. I do a version of Project Life. A lady named Becky Higgins started Project Life. And so I started doing that every month. Although Close to My Heart now has a similar program called Project My Life, so I probably will also move to that. But the other thing I also do is I don't know if any of you have tons of children's artwork that you really just don't have anything to do with, or, they're just kind of taking up space. So what I did was I scanned and took pictures of my daughter's artwork from when she was younger. I put the the years and the name of the room that she was in. And then I was able to, I took pictures of my favorite pieces or the things that were most creative that she did. And then I'm going to print those out. So I was able to get rid of tons of very thick envelopes of projects. I mean, I still did save a couple of my favorite ones, but like this one, she had just started writing, so I wanted to make sure I captured something that showed her early handwriting. And then these were some of my favorite ones that she did this particular year. So that's another thing that I use Studio J for. These are the regular Studio J layouts, not the Express. And on these, you get more embellishments. You can change your titles. You can also change colors of the papers and stuff. But I will do a video on that at a later date. Yeah, and so this one's just loading. So here's another one when she was a little younger, and they did a whole lot more projects than they did. And then these go into her True Fit folios for that particular year. And that's also a video to come. Anyway, then when you're done, if you're not going to order your projects, make sure you go ahead and log out. And your projects will be available without purchase. They will stay in your Studio J accounts for 6 months. You'll get an email notice afterwards, around getting closer to that time, to let you know that you are coming up on your 6 months, to encourage you to go in and finish your projects and order them. Or you can just let them be deleted out. When you order your projects, you will also get a free JPEG of both sides of your layout, and then also a smaller version will come if you want to post it, on a Facebook page or a blog or things like that. So I hope you enjoyed today's little tutorial, even though I had some technical issues, and come back next time. Thanks.